All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Behind the Beat here for July 2026. Very happy to be back. Very happy to be back. I think I said that correctly. Been very, very much running on a few hours of sleep every day, so who knows if I'm even, remembering how to talk. But I've just been busy with a lot of different projects, in between work and all those other things. So, but a lot of very exciting things are on the horizon. So I was originally going to do a track from Mural of a Sober Introvert. I was going to do another song. Since the album's early releasing this month, though, I wanted to change it up and kind of backtrack to the release I did with SWORDSTYLESHON earlier this year in February called Make It Canon. And I wanted to highlight one of the tracks. It's my personal favorite called Whosit4. Um, Ended up being the outro, I think, on both versions. There's a version on streaming services that has 4 songs on it, and then the Bandcamp version has all 6 songs. So it's on both versions. So I kind of wanted to cover this. That way you guys can check it out wherever you're at, which is pretty cool. And this one is definitely an ode to 90s hip hop for sure. I mean, I wanted to kind of go that route with this EP in general and give him, kind of a different palette, a different sound to work off of. And I would definitely recommend checking out the podcast episode we did, me, Sean, and his friend Torre as well from Victory Lane that just released at the end of June because we talked a lot about the process behind this project, how it came to be, and how it was kind of just a spur of the moment thing, which was not usually how it goes for me. I think, especially when I'm doing full projects with artists, I kind of like to establish grounding first, but I felt like things just kind of flowed very naturally from the moment that we got connected and started having conversations about music and our influences and all those sort of things. So I thought it was a no brainer to put it together. And we did the whole project probably in a month or so, put it out a few months later. Like we didn't start talking until probably end of October, early November. And then a few months later, we got the project out there, which was really awesome. And, I hope people can rediscover this project eventually too. Because I think for his catalog, I think it's very different and even for my catalog, I think it's pretty unique as well. So let's get into this one. This was all, as you can see, this is pretty much all sample chops on this one, just kind of rearranging things and figuring things out. um, and it all started with finding these chords that I ended up kind of changing and adjusting. um, but I just love the texture of these, and these to me felt like the perfect beginning. And usually, when I get something with this type of texture, it's very easy to work off of from there. So I'll let you guys hear it by itself. So all I did was pitch that down. It's basically a Rhodes piano. It's Rhodes chords, and all I did was pitch it down, and I think I just stretched it out a little bit. This is 84 BPM. I created a slight variation at the end of the 8 bars, but other than that, that's pretty much the main sauce of it right there that you hear. I think I did go drums next, but because the strings are here on the chorus, I'll just break those down real quick. These strings kind of had an eerie feel to them, kind of like I don't want to say sinister. That's a bit too far, but almost like a stranger tone to them. And I think we're in a major chord as well. A lot of these are major chords. So I wanted to kind of do a counter melody that was a bit different for the chorus, and I think something like that I felt like would fit Sean's like rhyming ability perfectly. And the hook that he comes up with, obviously, like it flowed so well. So let's hear those strings alone. And same thing, all I did was time stretch these. For some reason, and I don't know if I thought of this when I made it, but that type of vibe reminded me of Lupe Fiasco. On a couple of his albums, he had violin like interludes. So those are definitely violins for sure. I'm not sure if it's just one or like a group altogether, but I thought of like Drogas Wave, where he's got a lot of different violin interludes on those, where it's literally just the strings playing, and it sounds really cool. And then the drums are just your standard 90s style hip hop drums. These drums have a lot of dust to them, which I think is pretty cool. They have that almost like the vinyl crackle sound mixed in, and it paired perfectly with that Rhodes. So let's hear them by themselves first. I didn't even create any variation there because it's just simple. It's exactly what you need right off the bat. I didn't have to chop it up at all really. All I did was again time stretch to 84 BPM, and you could probably hear it a little bit. That vinyl crackle gives it that warm feeling. I always love that when people put that in. Sometimes I put it in um, like a separate, like having a separate audio track just with the vinyl crackle. I don't use it all the time. I don't want to overuse it, but I do use it enough where it's like, you know, you can just feel the difference with it. I think it's kind of cool. It's one of those things that if it wasn't there, you would probably know that it wasn't there. Um, but I thought it just was the right set of drums for this track. The bass line is, I wanted, to keep the bass line out of the way, just pre chorus, chorus, and that's it. And this was originally a lot longer. I just took the parts that I liked and gave it a few variations here. So let's hear that. It's a standard bass guitar. I'll only play a couple here. Just a few of the notes from the actual sample itself, the full sample, and same thing. Time stretch, move things where you want them to go. Very simple. Finally, we have this. I believe this is a synth at the end, and it's right toward the tail end of the pre-chorus, and then it goes into, well, it's not really a synth. I have it labeled as pads, but I think it has textures of both. But started it toward the end of the, or toward where the pre-chorus is into the chorus, and just looped it up a couple times. So let's hear that. Let's see the reverb. Obviously, you guys know my deal: decay, dampen, take out the low end, take out all the high end. A lot of mids in this one. A lot of frequencies, mid frequencies here. Something that could live in any type of track. Just layering it up exactly how you would want to layer it up. And that is it. That is the beat for Whosit4, which again, SWORDSTYLESHON just absolutely just slid on this thing, did his thing as he always does. And this to me is like my favorite one, other than We Love It, which is the intro, because that one I think is a really important record too. Let's hear it from where the chorus is, though, all together. Get out of here. And I love just bringing the drums back too, just dropping those drums out, bringing them right back for the next verse. Great, great record. Very happy with how it turned out. Don't really know like the exact date or time I made this one, but it was bound to have somebody rapping on it. I felt like I could probably put it out as maybe an instrumental for like True School Records or someone that does a lot of boom bap stuff, but it ended up in the right hands with the right artist. And yeah, really cool song came out of it. And I want to thank Sword Style Sean again for wanting to collaborate with me in the first place. And I think our project is great. And we've already talked about doing more in the future. I would love to do another project eventually, when the time is right for that. But for now, I think, I would say just go check out Make It Canon. It's on all platforms with 4 songs, but if you want to hear all 6, go to my Bandcamp page, anthonychurch.bandcamp.com, and check it out. Check out the full EP. Now, like I said at the beginning, next month we're going to be doing a track from Mural of a Sober Introvert. Once again, we're going to be returning to that one more time. And I think I'm going to do the outro written novel. I think that's the one we're going to do, which that's another pretty cool record. And yeah, so I guess just be on the lookout for that. But then after that, it's going to be jumping right into this compilation album I'm about to release in September, which I'm extremely excited about. Stay tuned for details on that. But big rollout coming there as well, and a lot of behind the beats will be released for that project. But until next month, thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe, stay positive, all that good stuff. We'll see you in July. We'll see you in August. This is what I mean. Very tired. But we'll see you in August with another one. And until then, thanks a lot and take care, guys.